Then we're going to cut into the heart and take the valves out.
That looks like it's gonna taste pretty good. Yeah, it's a nice fire burning there in the wood stove. All right, my grandpa's here visiting me this week, and we need some meat. So I thought to myself, what would be the best option to go out and get some meat here on the new ranch? What do I want the first deer harvest to be like off the new property? And I think this is the solution. This is a .457 caliber, 330 grain hollow point, and this is what shoots it. This thing is completely powered by high pressure air, 3,600 psi. This gun is dang near as tall as me. This state made it legal to hunt whitetail deer and game animals with the air gun a few years ago, and I got these things hoping to do it, and I haven't got a chance yet. So I've also got this. This is a 308 one as well. This one runs on just 3,000 psi, but this thing is absolutely perfect for just about anything from a squirrel, because you can shoot these just a normal 30 caliber pellet out of it, and you can also bump it up, and this is a little over 170 grain slug you can shoot out of it, all out of that same gun. So it's extremely versatile, and that one is dang near perfectly silent. This is just a normal, probably the most common pellet in the world. That's a 177 caliber pellet. And then there's the 457 slug we're gonna be hunting with today. That's a pretty big difference. Air guns have came a extremely long way, and I'd say these last 10 years, they've advanced quite a bit. I think they're gonna be just about the perfect option for harvesting meat here on the new homestead. One of the things that makes these guns so versatile is I can actually, here's a lead pourer here. I can actually mold. This is a 170 grain slug mold for the 308, and this is a mold for the 457. As long as I got a little bit of lead, I can produce my own high pressure air for these things. So as long as I got a little bit of lead, and usually you catch it in the animal and you can remelt it and keep on shooting it. But I've got a whole bunch of spare O-rings for these things and rebuild kits for these pumps, so if they went out, I could pretty much sustain myself forever with these. That 457 is really only good for about 3 or 4 shots before you got to refill it, but you can actually carry these little buddy bottles with you. This thing's got 4,500 psi in it, and you can get a couple more fills out there off this. Now I've got the electric pumps, but I typically still just do it with these hand pumps here. And that's it right there. Just pump it a whole bunch of times. It really doesn't take that long to fill these, but all right, let's go take a shot with it before we head out hunting. Let's see what it'll do to this bottle here. Oh, this thing kicks like a shotgun, but I should be good out to about 100 yards with it. So I'm not gonna be harvesting a whole lot of whitetail off this new ranch these first couple years, but I got a cold buck coming in it's not real great at antlers, and he's trying to breed all the does I got around here, but I think I know how we can take care of that. We're gonna do some ranch management and meat gathering all at the same time. All right, I'll see y'all here in a little bit. We're gonna head out to the deer blind and see what we can do. Pappy thinks he can witch me a new water well so we can build a big fish pond right here, and it doesn't really rain enough in this region for a good pond without a water well, but he thinks he can witch one here. I don't know if I'm a firm believer in witching, but he is.
Right,
Yeah.
going behind me now.
I'd like a water well about right here, so we can build a couple acre pond right there and fill it full of fish.
Right here's the outside edge. There's the outside edge. Let me see how wide that stream is.
I think we just found some aoudad poop. That's definitely not whitetail deer. I've been getting pictures of a few exotics, but not an aoudad yet, but there's a ton in this region. And there's a giant persimmon tree right here. We just found a awesome spot. This might be my new favorite spot on the ranch right here. Got Pappy still witching. There's got to be good water right here. We've got
It's over
some
60 foot wide.
old trees right here. Yeah, that's probably the biggest tree on my property. Big old cedar tree. Some rough roads. All right, let's go to the deer blind. All right, we're cocked and ready to rock. You paid that. Yeah. This is a 330 grain hollow point. About to put it to work. Alright guys, we got the deer I'm after. I just saw a glimpse of him walking through the trees. I'm about to get a shot. Go down. I think I heard him crash. Alright. I'm shaking. But I think I nailed him. I heard a big thump. And I think I heard some trees crashing out there. But we're gonna give him probably 45 minutes here. Then we're gonna go track him down. See if we can find him. I don't think he went far. No.
Where did you see him coming up the road?
Alright, it's probably been, I don't know, 30 minutes or so. We're gonna go take a look, see what we can find. Should have a pretty good blood trail. I went back and watched the footage, but it looked like a solid hit to me. Got another bullet loaded up in it just in case. This is actually gonna be my first ever deer with these big bore air guns. Look at this blood. Oh yeah, that's a painted rock blood trail. He did not go far. I think a blind man could follow this blood trail. Huh. Look right there. YouTube ain't gonna let me show that. I'll have to put this in black and white, but perfect. Right through the heart. First deer on the brand new river ranch. Good coal buck. That's the deer I've been after to remove from the herd because he's been chasing all the does, and that's not what you want breeding all these does. All right, let's go cook up some deer heart. I had to hike all the way back to the cabin here to get my four-wheeler. Now we're gonna go back and go get my deer and get my grandpa. Back of the four-wheeler. He's got piss all over his legs.
Yeah.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. All right, let's take him for a ride back to camp. We're gonna get to test out the deer cleaning facilities, but unfortunately YouTube won't let me show this part without demonetizing me, but I'll be back when it's a little less bloody. All right, we got it cleaned up here. I don't know why YouTube has a policy against showing blood, but it's food now, so check this bullet out here, buried in the opposite shoulder. That shot was probably, I don't know, about 65 or 70 yards, and it went right through the heart, right through the top of the heart. That deer did not run far at all. All right, y'all wanted to see more of Pappy, so I'm gonna let Pappy fillet the heart out here.
First thing I'm gonna do is cut the excess fat off. All the way around. Then we're gonna cut into the heart and take the valves out. Gonna cut it in half, and I promise you, this is just as good as any back strap as you'll ever eat. There's the valve. You see the valve? You cut that out. There's 4 valves in the heart, or you wouldn't be able to chew it. They're so tough. There's another valve right there. You see it? Right there's another valve.
I'll be back whenever that's ready to throw on the grill. We got it cut up here in little chunks ready to throw on the fire, but let's put some seasoning on it. I'm just gonna do a blend of just basic salt and pepper, and the smoke outside is gonna add a pretty good amount of flavor to it, but I like to stick with just these basic seasonings so you don't cover up too much of the natural flavor, because that's really the good part of the experience, is getting that natural flavor of the wild game. All right, now it's ready for the fire. Fire burned down about perfect.
This will be the sample for our first bite. It'll cook fastest.
But what do you think of the new homestead here?
Very peaceful. Quiet.
Definitely, we don't have anyone out here to bother us in the absolute middle of nowhere. And we get to cook dinner on the campfire every night. Alright, I guess they're ready to turn. Oh yeah, getting some nice char on there. That's what we want. Adds flavor.
Still got a little juice. I think that's just right. Oh, it's cutting like butter.
Perfectly cooked in it.
Yeah, it's medium. Oh my gosh.
Is it good? Alright, I guess I'll try some. Alright, that looks pretty delicious. We've been out of meat here for a few days. All we've had is that rabbit to eat. But that looks like it's gonna taste pretty good.
Just like backstrap.
Airgun made dinner tonight. But alright guys, that's it for today's video. We're gonna eat our dinner here and go hunting again tomorrow. I will see y'all next time.